Welcome once again. It's time for Shelf Life Book Reviews Online, where I present to you a very highly recommended book that hopefully you might consider adding to your must-buy list. And the book this time out is, gotta get this right here, this sun coming in my window there. It's The QUARRY Girls by Jess Lourey. This is published by Thomas and Mercer, and it retails for $23.99. Jess Lourey has written many books. She's written fantasy books, rom-com mysteries, young adult books, and she's really a most gifted author. And in this book, it is actually based on a series of murders that took place in Minnesota. That was the inspiration for the book. And it's a really fascinating book, dark at times, but it is definitely a book that you will not be able to put down. I know I use that term a lot, but it's true. Some books you read a few pages and you leave, but other books you stay with, and this is one you'll stay with. The book takes place in Pantown, Minnesota. There are three girls, best friends. They are Heather, Brenda, and Maureen. And incidentally, Heather is the one who narrates pretty well the entire book. There are isolated chapters from someone who has been abducted and is in the basement of a house, not knowing whether she'll ever get out alive. And I'll get to that in just a second. Heather, Brenda, and Maureen form a girl band, and like a garage style band. Like they're not big time, but they have a good time. And so as we find out, the first person to go missing is Elizabeth McCain. I got to check my notes here. She is a waitress, and after her shift, she totally disappears. No one knows where she's gone to, and that's who we see narrating certain chapters. It says Beth and Elizabeth, and she is giving her thoughts on being stuck in the basement. She's given very little food, part of a loaf of bread, a jar of peanut butter that's almost all used up. So she's in this dark room, but she vows to get out of there. Now, in the meantime, of the three, Heather, Brenda, and Maureen, Maureen also goes missing as well too. So definitely something is going on in that town. Now, there's a sheriff there. His name is Jerome Nilsson, and he really doesn't think much of it. He thinks that Elizabeth McCain, she just ran away. She was a runaway. And when Maureen disappears, it's nothing. And so you get a little suspicious as to what is the agenda for this sheriff. Is he part of the abductions? And so, but Heather is relentless in trying to find her friend and the other missing girl, Elizabeth. And she encounters a lot of negativity from people in the town, just as though they're all in on the secret. Now, meanwhile, Beth in the basement, she hears a lot of people upstairs, and it's obvious there is more than one person upstairs. Now, the question is, do they all know what is in the basement? And Beth schemes to get out of there somehow. She starts digging for an object that is embedded in the dirt. And it's very tense through the whole book. The other disappearances happen, and there are missing girls from way back as well too. So are they all connected to the same person, or is there like a copycat person who is abducting women? So it's and it all takes place. By the way, earlier we find out that Heather and Brenda, the town is connected by a whole bunch of tunnels from house to house to house underground. And Heather and Brenda do see something horrific in the basement when they open one of the doors, and it's something that affects them for life. And that is why they believe something evil is going on under the tunnels of Pantown, Minnesota. So it's definitely a book that's got a lot of puzzles, a lot of questions, and the question is, who will survive? And will the killer or killers be found out before it's too late? So definitely a book you should add to your reading list. I'm getting the glare here. Sorry. The Quarry Girls is definitely an excellent read. So if you do purchase it, please let me know if you do agree with my review. So thank you for watching. I will be back very soon with another classic work of fiction or maybe nonfiction. So till we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.